A police investigation is continuing into what caused a huge explosion in Wirral at the weekend. Dozens of people were hurt and properties damaged by the blast in New Ferry on Saturday night. It's believed that gas was responsible for the explosion. National Grid have confirmed that they had received reports of a smell of gas in the area hours earlier. Our chief reporter Dave Guest is live for us at the scene this lunchtime. Dave, the devastation is quite apparent in the image behind you. Just bring us up to date with the latest.
Well, as you can see, the immediate area remains sealed off this lunchtime, and in the distance there you'll see the people in the high-vis jackets from National Grid who have now begun their investigation to try and find out what happened here. What we do know is there was a huge explosion about 9:15 on Saturday night. Right at the centre of that was a dance studio, which is the flat roof building which you can see has collapsed. But then other buildings in the surrounding area were also badly damaged. More than 30 people were injured. 2 of those people remain seriously ill in hospital this lunchtime. The question now is, why did this happen? The police have taken over the investigation, Merseyside Police. National Grid have confirmed that they had people here hours earlier following reports of a smell of gas in the area. Meanwhile, for those who've been displaced by all of this, well, the question is, when will they be able to get back into their homes?
Fortunately,
Pauline Power's trying to sort out somewhere for her and her family to live. The strain is showing. Her husband Christopher was home alone at their house just a few doors from the scene of Saturday's explosion.
It was a huge bang. The windows came in, glass everywhere. I jumped up, ran out, lots of people screaming, lots of people shouting. I ran to the corner of the Portland estate and I said to them, "What's happened?" And they pointed to a huge building which had collapsed.
This is a picture of their home. At present, it's not safe for them to return to check out the extent of the damage. The family's pet cat, Sparky, hasn't been seen since Saturday.
Hopefully, we'll talk to the animal rescue department and see whether they can go in and find our cat.
And what about the future for you? You're staying here at your sister-in-law's at the moment. That can't go on forever. So what's going to happen to you? Are you going to stay?
We've chatted to our insurance and they are going to sort out accommodation tomorrow. Sometimes you watch things on television and you think to yourself, that will never happen here. And it did on Saturday night.
Indeed, it did happen here on Saturday at 9:15 in the evening. The question that Merseyside Police are now trying to answer is, why did it happen? We hope for an update from them about their investigation a bit later. But for now, back to you.
Dave, thank you very much indeed. Dave Guest there. Now, anti-fracking campaigners have started a fortnight of action aimed at disrupting the Cuadrilla drilling site near Blackpool. They held up traffic this morning on Kellett Road near Carnforth, targeting a nearby firm which they think supplies the industry. And there have also been more protests at the fracking site itself, as our environment correspondent Judy Hobson reports.
Dancing against fracking. Another protest at Cuadrilla's shale gas site at Preston New Road, this time joined by Happy Mondays star Bez.
Well, I've come down today to support the people of Lancashire. The fracking in built-up areas on agricultural land, and I really don't think it's a right way to go about things.
Earlier in the day, a very different kind of protest, this time in Carnforth. A national group called Reclaim the Power blocked a road leading to a company that they believe supplies materials to the Preston New Road site.
Hello there.
So why are you doing this?
Loads of other local companies have made commitments to not supply the fracking site there, and all we're asking is that Tarmac join them in saying we won't do that either. By doing that, we can stop this industry before it starts.
Cuadrilla confirmed that the company, Aggregate Industries and Tarmac, used to supply materials to one of their contractors.
This is what democracy looks like!
Back at Preston New Road, a go-slow march in front of a lorry which had just left the site. These protests have been condemned by some local businesses who say it's unfair on companies just doing their job and could damage the local economy. The county council said no to fracking here. These campaigners say they're angry that the government overturned the decision and say they want their voices heard. Judy Hobson, BBC North West Today, Preston New Road.